Greetings, greetings, hello again, my crazy crafting buddies. This is Sunny with Creative Therapy, and I just thought I would come back and show how I decided to do my note cards for the little boxed set. We did the box in the last video. I don't know if you've seen, I've got the stuff falling, just disregard the noise. Anyway, I thought I'd let you know how I decided to do the note cards. I wanted them to have a certain amount of uniformity so that they looked like a set, but unlike the one that I kind of based them off of, the store-bought one with the sun on it, I don't know where it is right now, but I showed it in the last video. Unlike my inspiration, I didn't want them all identical, but I did want them to look like a set. So here's what I decided to do. I rooted around, I knew I had some A5 envelope or A4 envelopes somewhere, so I rooted around in my junk and I found these metallic orange. And while I was in the process of that, I also found these really pretty A4 cards that I totally forgot I had. This is like a champagne color, so it's got a nice shimmer to it. And it's kind of got a little texture on there. They call it leather. So it's got a little of a grain to it. The insides are just white. So what I decided to do was use the 4 that I'd already made out of the cream cardstock, the linen, and add 4 of the sparklies. So I have a set of 8. And I used the cut-aparts. Oh, I don't know where the sheet is now because I cut them all apart, and my leftover ones I put in this, you know, I just stuck it in there with my pockets and tags, the parts I didn't use, so they don't get bent up or thrown out or whatever. So if you would like to do yours like I did, you can cut out 8 of those from the cut aparts, and then you're going to need 8. I cut black cardstock, and there's little black mats behind there. I have them mounted on black mats, and these mats are all 2.5 by 3. So you'll need 8 of the cut aparts, and you'll need 8 black or whatever color works for what you're using if you're not using this, little mats. And then I chose 8 different papers, and I cut this piece, this background piece, this wallpaper for the front of my card, and these are all cut at 3 3/4 by 5. Now you might notice that this one is on a black mat as well, which I like. I think is very pretty. However, I did it that way because I miscut this one. I cut this one 3.5 instead of 3 3/4. So I just cut it a 1/4 inch short here too and put it on a mat. And like I said, I like the way it looks, but I'm afraid if I had done all of them that way, it would get too thick. I want to be able to keep them in our little box. And each of these has a piece on the inside as well. So I've got 7 of them done, and I'm sure you could probably deduce how to put those together yourself, but I was just going to show you what I did by doing the last one. Alright, so I tried to pick the lighter color. Alright, so what I did was I took 8 of my papers, 8 of these, and I just cut 3 3/4 off the bottom, and then I cut 5 and 5. And so on each of these, I'm using one side for the front and one side for the inside. And for the most part, I went with the lighter color on the inside for writing on it. I mean, of course, you can always just write up here, but yeah. You see my little direction, my train of thought there, right? And some of them are dark on the inside, so you're just going to have to use like a gel pen or something, a pretty gold pen or whatever. So I already went through and I mounted my cut apart on my 2.5 by 3 inch mat. And now I'm just going to try and center that on there best I can and varnish it down. And then also what I did was I alternated which side I put my decorative piece on, all right? And I didn't want all of the light ones, since I've got 4 of the cream and 4 of the champagne. I didn't want like all the cream on the left and all, so I alternated them within the color. You can see here. So on the cream, I've got left, right, right. And on the champagne, I have right, left, right. So this one needs to be a left. And I did that kind of, you know, for aesthetic reasons, but also so you don't get way too thick on one side in the box. You know what I mean? I wanted to keep it balanced in there. And I never can decide whether to center those or put them up towards the top. So on this one, I'm putting it up towards the top. Most of them I centered top to bottom, but on a couple of them, I've left a border in the corner that was equidistant or equidistant, which is it? Probably equidistant. Anyway, the same width. And then just put this on the inside. Now, I was going to stamp, and I still might. I have those stamps, and that's why I made cards, was I wanted to use those stamps. I want to do a little embossing, I think, here and there with some metallics or some sparklies. And then maybe some of the verbiage on the inside. But you know what? I think I want it specific to each card. So I thought I might actually do that as I'm using the cards. See, I should never be trusted with glue. I'm just a mess. Get my glue eraser out here. Alright. Yep. Got a smudge there too. Alright. And that was our last one. So here is what we ended up with for our cards. I'll just go through them quickly. And I wanted to get this done today and get this video up for you. I'm trying to do one every week, but you know, my consistency, I need to work on consistency. Alright, so there's one in champagne. Here's one in champagne. And like I said, it's the same paper flipped over. So 1 3 3/4 inch strip, 5 and 5. Easy peasy, mac and cheesy. How cute! How cute! See there? So we have 8 little note cards. They're very simple. And that one, I got ink. Dang it. I have to work on something to fix that. Just very simple note cards. Just to write somebody a note. Or to make a set for someone. I think they'd make great gifts, this little set. Alright, and here's our little box. And they all fit in there very nicely with the envelopes. And it is all done. It is all done. So simple, so cute. But now, isn't that a gift you'd like to get? I wouldn't mind that as a gift. I mean, yes, you can make them a lot more elaborate. You could go spend a lot more time. You could do some stamping and embossing and put sparklies on the corners here. You could go in here and stamp. You know, and I may go back and add that. It's totally up to you. Whatever you want to do. But I just thought it was simple. It's got a little weight to it. I think it's a nice gift. I hope you've enjoyed it, and as always, if you decide to make it, please, please, please share. You can go over to Scrapbookers at Country Craft Creation, and you can share pictures with the group. Also on my Facebook page, Creative Therapy. I would love to see everybody's designs. Definitely, definitely, definitely. But those are mine. Maybe I should lay them all out. I don't think we need the envelopes, but aren't those pretty? There we go. See? Should have done this from the beginning. That would have made a nice opening shot, wouldn't it? If I ever thought of these things. Looky there. And there is your set of note cards to go in your little box. And they're different and they're the same. You know what I mean? It's like each one is different, but the formatting of the cards is basically the same from one to the other. And I don't know, what's my favorite? That one and that one. Those are my two faves, I think. I think so. I don't know that I really like the red with the orange cards, but oh well, it's a done deal now. Done, done, done. I want this way. Alright, so once again, thanks for joining me. Share your goodies with us. You know, the ones that you make is what I meant by that. And I will see you next time. I'm already working on an idea for the rest of that beautiful paper. I got ideas churning in that little head. So, I think we'll make a box. A surprise box even. We'll see. Ciao for now.